Hi, my name is McHale, and I'd like to talk to you a little bit about my RainSong JM3000 Jumbo 12-string. It's all composite construction, carbon fiber. Very, very pretty guitar. I don't know how much of the weave you can make out, but very, very stunning finish on this. It almost has a three-dimensional depth to it. They don't paint over any of the carbon fiber on this, so you see exactly how this thing is built. And it's very interesting looking. It might not appeal to everybody because once again, it is showing off the fact that it's carbon fiber. It will never be mistaken for wood by looking at it. A couple other things we'll talk about before we play is this has a very wide neck. For me, it was a real challenge because I have very short fingers, and it took me several weeks to get used to this. The neck also has a very kind of a flat shape to the back of it. If a normal neck is shaped like this one kind of comes and goes like that. Almost like they stretched it out to make it wider. At first it felt odd. It just was different from any guitar I've ever played before. But it doesn't seem to be causing me any problems now. As a matter of fact, I'd say I just don't notice it anymore, and I've adapted well to the extra width of the guitar. Okay, now I'll play this some for you. What I'm doing is I have a large diaphragm condenser microphone. I'm running that directly into my computer, into GarageBand. I'm not doing any EQ to it, and I'm not going to put any effects on it. So you're going to hear as pure a sound as possible. The microphone is probably about 4 or 5 feet from the guitar, just to let it breathe a little bit. I find that by putting the microphone several feet away that I get a nice natural sound, and it's not affected so much by which way the guitar is pointed and how close you are to the sound hole, or whether you're not pointed at the sound hole, that kind of a thing. So hopefully it will give you a pretty good idea of what this guitar sounds like. Because of the jumbo body, it's got a big sound. Not only is it loud, but it also has a lot of bass, which is great for a 12-string because so often the 12-string guitars are overbraced to handle the extra tension, and it stifles the sound to some degree. They'll still add a lot of sound with the extra strings, but you lose some depth to the sound and some bass. So to me, it's an amazing sounding guitar. Because of the composite construction, the action can be quite low, and so therefore it's very easy to play, with the caveat of it is a wide neck, so that could be a problem depending upon the different players. Something that I hadn't really expected with this guitar is that with the wider string spacing that I'm used to, I can actually fingerpick it. On my previous 12-string Innovation, which is actually quite a good guitar, that played very easily, but I really couldn't fingerpick it. I always felt I would need to use finger picks to pull it off, and I just happened to be no good at using finger picks. However, with this guitar, it's not the greatest, and I'm still new to it, but you can fingerpick it. So if you do like to play fingerstyle and you want to be able to do that on a 12 string, this is probably a very good choice for you. It does have the wider spacing. It would make it a lot easier, I think, to get into the individual string sets. One thing the JM3000 excels at is drop D tuning. With all these treble strings, it's a very bright guitar, but it also has this huge body that adds a lot more depth than most 12 strings get to the sound. When you drop the low E strings down to D, it just makes that even a little more so you get more of a bass response. See if I can think of anything else to just play to give you a little bit of a feel for the sound. I guess that's about all I have for right now on this guitar. I will say I think this would be an excellent choice for somebody looking for a 12 string. In my opinion, composite construction is the way to go for a 12 string guitar. There's just so many compromises you need to make with a wood guitar when you add the extra strings with the bracing and all of whatever they do with the soundboard. Maybe it's slightly thicker wood. Either the RainSong, I've never tried the composite acoustics, but I am a big fan of their guitars. I understand that theirs is an excellent 12 string also. I believe Emerald also makes a 12 string that's all composite construction. So if you're looking for a 12 string, even if you hate the idea of composite guitars, I think you owe it to yourself to try to give one of these a shot. You may be very pleasantly surprised at how good it sounds, how well it stays in tune, how well it gets the basic job done without some of the hassles that you run into with the wooden 12 string. And I think I'll sign off on that. Maybe play a little music as we fade out.